Students, this is 10th Standard Science 2, Unit 14, and the lesson is Transportation in Plants and Circulation in Animals. In this Unit 14, Part 1, we have studied Transportation in Plants. In Part 2, we have studied Circulation in Animals about blood. Next, in today's session, Part 3, we are going to study the circulation in animals, heart. Topics to learn. In this session, we are going to learn structure of human heart, heartbeat, types of circulatory system, types of blood circulation, blood vessels, arteries and veins, cardiac cycle, heart sound, blood pressure and lymphatic system. These are the topics which we are going to learn in today's session. First one is structure of heart. Heart is a muscular pumping organ that pumps both the blood into the blood vessels. Human heart is situated between the lungs. The heart is made up of specialized type of muscle called cardiac muscle. The heart is enclosed in a double-walled sac called pericardium. The human heart is four-chambered, that is, two ventricles and two auricles are present. The human heart is four-chambered as we know. It is slightly to the left of our body. That is why we tell that our heart is being present in the left side. Let's see the internal structure of human heart. The two upper thin-walled chambers of the heart are called auricle or atria. Example, atrium. The two thick walls over here are two. It's said to be atrium. And the two lower thick-walled chambers are called ventricles. The chambers are separated by a separation called septum. The septum between the auricle and ventricle. The septum between the auricle and ventricle prevents the oxygenated and deoxygenated to get mixed. It will prevent, it will stop. The two auricles, left and right side, are separated by interatrial septum. It is separated by interatrial septum. Means inter means inside the heart. Arterial means separating the atrium. Septum means division. The left septum, the left atrium is smaller than the right atrium. If you see the diagram, the left light pink color, that is left atrium, is smaller than the right atrium. The right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body. It receives deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body through superior vena cava or inferior vena cava. From this blue color you can see these two will allow the deoxygenated blood to enter the right atrium and brings the oxygenated blood from, what does this do? The left atrium. The left atrium brings the oxygenated blood from pulmonary veins. You can see the arrow over here. Right atrium, the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, these two blue color pipes will allow the deoxygenated blood to enter. You can see the arrows. And left atrium, what it will do? It will receive the blood from the lungs through pulmonary veins. Atrium is over. Left atrium is smaller than right atrium. Now the ventricles from the lower part of the heart. They are present at the lower part of the heart. The two ventricles are separated from each other by interventricular septum. Here what we told, interauricular septum or interarterial septum. Here two ventricles are separated, so it is called interventricular septum. The left and the right ventricles have thick walls. because the ventricles have a pump out blood with force. They have to pump the blood with force. You can see the arrow, U-shape arrow. They will receive and they have to pump it back. So they will be very thick muscles present here. Here, the right and left pulmonary veins or arteries, you can see the purple color, the pulmonary arteries are present. The pulmonary arteries, what they will do, they supply deoxygenated blood to the lungs of the respective side. You can see the arrows. The right and left pulmonary arteries, they supply the deoxygenated blood to lungs. The left ventricle, the left light grey color, the left ventricle is longer and narrow. It is longer and narrow. And then the right ventricle. It is very long and narrow as compared to the right ventricle. The walls are made 3 times thicker. The ventricle, left and right ventricle walls are made 3 times thicker. The left ventricle gives rise to aorta, the red color. The left ventricle gives rise to the aorta. The oxygenated blood is supplied. You can see the arrows, it is going outside. Supplied by the aorta to various organs of the body. The coronary arteries supply blood to the heart. The coronary arteries will supply the blood to the heart. Did you understand, students? The internal structure of the human heart is having 4 chambers, that is left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle and right ventricle. Left atrium is smaller than right atrium. Left atrium receives blood from pulmonary veins from the lungs. It receives, it takes blood. Right atrium takes the blood through the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. It receives deoxygenated blood. Left and right atrium. Left atrium receives blood from the lungs through pulmonary veins. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. And left ventricle and right ventricle are present, in which they both are made with thick muscles because they help in the pushing of blood backward so that the oxygenated blood can be distributed all over the body or to different organs with the help of aorta. The left ventricle and the right ventricle, the left one is narrow and thick as compared to the right ventricle. And this gives rise to pulmonary artery where the blood is being flowed out, and also aorta which makes the blood to flow out. The oxygenated blood is flowed out through aorta. The deoxygenated blood is flowed towards the lungs so that it can be purified. Purple color, the blood will be flowing towards the lungs. Red color, the oxygenated blood is flowed to all over the body. Are you clear, students? Yes. Next is valves in the heart. Valves means the openings. This is the diagram. First one is right atrioventricular valve. Right atrioventricular valve. This is the right atrioventricular valve. It is located between the right atrium and right ventricle. It is located between the right atrium and right ventricle. It has 3 thin triangular leaf-like flaps called tricapsid valve. Tricapsid valve. Next is left atrioventricular valve. Left atrioventricular valve. It locates between the left auricle to left ventricle. It has 2 cups called bicuspid. It has two cups called bicuspid. Two valves, that is mitral valve and aortic valve. So it is having two cups. So it is said to be bicuspid. Next is heartbeat. One complete contraction, that is systole, and relaxation is called diastole of the atrium and ventricles of a heart or constitute a heartbeat. One complete contraction, systole, and relaxation of the atrium and the ventricle of the heart creates heartbeat. The heart normally beats 72 to 75 times per minute. The heart normally beats 72 to 75 times per minute. The human heart is myogenic in nature. Myogenic heartbeat is initiated by a specialized group of heart muscles. They have a specialized group of heart muscles. We have studied that the heart is made up of cardiac muscles. Those are special muscles. So it is called myogenic in nature. Contraction means coming together. Contraction is initiated by a specialized portion of the heart muscle called sinoatrial node. Sinoatrial node. The contraction takes place. What is sinoatrial node? Sinoatrial node act as a pacemaker of heart because it is capable of stimulate the heart muscles to contract. It is the sinoatrial node which helps the heart to come together and then pump suddenly. The impulse of this sinoatrial node spreads a wave of contraction over the right and left atrial wall, pushing the blood into the valves. From ventricle to the atrium. Types of blood circulation. We have studied about the heart and the valves available in the heart. We have known the heartbeat. Now we will see the type of blood circulation which takes place in the heart. The blood circulates in our body as oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Three types are there: systemic circulation, pulmonary circulation, and coronary circulation. First, let's see the systemic circulation. In systemic circulation, by the word, it goes in a systematic way. Carries oxygenated blood away from the heart to the body. That red color we have seen, AORTA, aorta. Releases the oxygenated blood from the heart to the body and returns deoxygenated blood back to the heart. This is systemic. Pulmonary circulation. In pulmonary circulation, it carries deoxygenated blood away from the heart. Here oxygenated blood is carried away from the heart. Here deoxygenated blood is carried away from the heart and it is transferred to the lungs. That purple color pipe I have shown you in the internal structure of the heart, and returns oxygenated blood back to the heart and returns the oxygenated blood back to the heart. Did you understand? The red color which is showing the outside arrow is the systemic circulation. The purple color pipe, that is pulmonary circulation. Next is coronary circulation. Coronary arteries provide oxygen and nutrients to cardiac tissue. This circulation is mostly taking care of the heart itself. So it is said to be coronary circulation. Right and left coronary arteries are the aorta's first branches. They are the aortas. This right side coronary artery and left side coronary artery are the main branches of aorta. What is aorta? It carries the oxygenated blood to various organs of the body. That is coronary circulation, which can be seen within the heart. When the blood circulates twice through the heart in one complete cycle called double circulation, 2 times. So, double circulation. In some animals, the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood are mixed. Here in our human heart it is not mixed because it is 4-chambered heart, but in some animals it is having only 3-chambered hearts or 2. So that time what happens? Oxygenated and deoxygenated blood gets mixed up and pass through the heart only once. So it is called single circulation. The examples are fishes, reptiles and frog. Are you clear with the types of blood circulation, students? Systematic circulation, pulmonary circulation and coronary circulation. And 2 types, double circulation if the cycle is 2 times, single circulation if the cycle is 1 time. Next is blood vessels, arteries and veins. There are 3 types of blood vessels, namely arteries, veins and capillaries. See here, this is arteries, veins and capillaries. You can see the diagram. The red color is the artery. Blood vessels are a network of branched tube and transport blood. There are 3 types: arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries, they are thick and elastic vessels that carry blood away from the heart, away from the heart to various organs of the body. That is why it is red in color. All arteries carries oxygenated blood except the pulmonary artery, which carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Veins are thin and non-elastic vessels that transport blood to the heart. It transports blood to the heart from the different organs. All veins carry deoxygenated blood. That is why it is blue in color. But pulmonary vein, which carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. Capillaries are narrow tubes formed by branching arterioles, which then unite to form the venules, that is veins. They both are united. That place is called capillaries. They are about 18 micrometers in diameter. Capillaries are formed of single layer of endothelial cells. They are formed of single layer of endothelial cells. Students, are you clear? Arteries carry oxygenated blood but to different parts of the body. But pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Here all the veins carry deoxygenated blood, but pulmonary vein carries only oxygenated blood. Capillaries is the connection between the arteries and the veins. Next, let's see the difference between artery and vein. Artery, distributing vessels, pink in color, deep location, blood flow with high pressure, wall of artery is strong, thick and elastic. All arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary arteries. Internal valves are absent. Vein, collecting vessels. They collect the blood. Red in color. Superficial in location. Blood flow with low pressure. Wall of vein is weak, thin and non-elastic. All veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary veins. Internal valves are present. Are you clear with the difference of artery and vein, students? Yes. Students, don't forget to write these important points in your science book. Please note down all the points and underline in your textbooks also what are being mentioned in this video. Next is cardiac cycle. Cardiac, by the word only you can understand, this is about the heart, the cycle of the heart. This is the diagram which you have to practice. First one, the sequence of events occurring from the beginning to the completion of one heartbeat. Just remember, one heartbeat, this one cycle goes. So, completion of one heartbeat is called cardiac cycle. During cardiac cycle, blood flows through the chambers, 4 chambers of the heart in a specific direction. In a specific direction, the blood flows in that 4 chambers in a specific direction, proper direction. That is why it is said to be cardiac cycle. Each cardiac cycle lasts about 0.8 second. 0.8 second. The events during a single cardiac cycle involves these 3. First one is arterial systole. Arterial systole, which takes 0.1 second. Arterial systole, which takes 0.1 second. That is contraction of auricles in the heart. Next is ventricular systole, which takes 0.3 seconds. That is contraction of ventricles. Ventricular diastole, that takes 0.4 seconds. That is relaxation of ventricles. If you add 0.4 second plus 0.3 second plus 0.1 second, you will get complete 0.8 second. That is one complete cycle. One complete cardiac cycle. You have to add all these seconds, then you will get one complete cycle, that is 0.8 second. Next is heart sound. Did you ever heard your heartbeat? The rhythmic closure and opening of the valves cause the sound of the heart. We have studied about 2 different valves, tricuspid and bicuspid. Due to the opening of those valves, the sound of the heart is produced. The first sound, lub, is of longer duration, means it takes long sound, which is produced by the closure, means closing of tricuspid and bicuspid. When these 2 valves close, this sound lub is produced. The second sound is dup. Dup is of short duration, produced at the end of ventricular systole. Ventricular, that is 0.3 seconds. This dup sound is formed. Lub, dup. Are you clear, students? Next is blood pressure. Blood pressure is the force exerted during the flow of blood. During the flow of blood, the force which is formed is said to be blood pressure. The blood pressure is high in the arteries and becomes very low in the veins. The blood pressure gradually drops in the arterioles and capillaries. Blood pressure is usually expressed in terms of systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. It is measured or identified with 2 types, that is systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. Systolic means coming together and diastolic relaxation. The muscles will be coming together and releasing the heart muscles. This pressure creates blood pressure. In systolic pressure, the ventricle contracts and forces the blood to flow. They come to contract together and allow the blood to flow. The left ventricle contracts and forces the blood into the aorta. That is systolic pressure. Aorta, aorta, the red color tube which releases the oxygenated blood to all over the part of the organs in the body. The diastolic pressure. The ventricles relax and the pressure falls down. Two types of blood pressure we can study, that is hypertension and hypotension. Hypertension, that is high blood pressure. Hypotension is a low blood pressure. The normal blood pressure of healthy adult is, remember students, 120 mm till 80 mm Hg. That is the pulse rate. This is the blood pressure. Two types, systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. And two types of blood pressure in science which we study are hypertension or hypotension. High blood pressure, low blood pressure. Instrument used to detect the heart sound. Instrument used to detect the heart sound. What it is? What is this, students? Yes, it is stethoscope. A stethoscope is used to detect the sound of the heart. The heart sound is heard by placing the stethoscope on the chest. It is a useful diagnostic tool to identify and localize health problems and diagnose diseases. This is stethoscope. Next one is instrument used to detect blood pressure. Instrument used to detect blood pressure. Previously we have studied about heartbeat. Now how to identify the blood pressure in our body? How do you recognize? How do the doctors check our blood pressure? It helps to estimate the state of blood circulation. It estimates the state of blood circulation. If it is high or low, the blood pressure is studied with the help of a blood circulation. It helps to diagnose the increase and decrease of blood pressure, high blood pressure and low blood pressure. So the instrument used to detect the blood pressure are, first one is manometric. This you can see in all the hospitals. Next is, in today's generation, modern digital. We can use this in our homes also to take care of our own health or parents or elders' health. This is very useful to know the pressure of the blood in our body. Next is lymphatic system. Lymphatic system. The lymphatic system consists of lymphatic capillaries, lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes and lymphatic ducts. See the diagram. The lymphatic system consists of lymphatic capillaries, lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes and lymphatic ducts. Lymph is a colorless fluid formed when plasma, proteins and blood cells escape. When these are escaping, lymph is a colorless fluid which is present in our body, all over the body. The lymph contains very small amount of nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water and WBC. It is having very less amount of nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water and WBC. Let's see the actual function of lymph. It supplies nutrients and oxygen to those parts where blood cannot reach. Read carefully. This is a colorless fluid which is present in our body where plasma, nutrients, proteins, blood cells are absent, and it contains a very small amount of oxygen, carbon dioxide, water and WBC, but it supplies nutrients and oxygen to those parts where blood cannot reach. It drains away excess tissue fluid and metabolites and returns proteins to the blood from tissue space. If the blood is unable to reach near the tissue space, this lymph will enter and give rise to the metabolic activities by returning the little amount of proteins. The lymph also carries absorbed fats from small intestine to the blood. The lymphatic capillaries of intestine villi, that is small hairy like structure, absorb digested fats. So lymphatic capillaries are present in intestine also. What they will do, they will absorb the digested fats and spread through all over the body. They absorb little bit of fat from the food and they will pass it to different body parts. Lymphocytes in the lymph defend the body from infections. Lymphocytes, that is WBC, in the lymph, we told a small amount of WBC is present. So the other name of WBC is lymphocyte. So lymphocytes in the lymph defend the body from infection. They also protect our body from infection. Are you clear with this session, students, about the heart? Understand the session and understand the content explained in this session. Write down these questions and try to answer them by seeing this video. Describe the structure and working of the human heart. What are heart sounds? How are they produced? Differentiate between systole and diastole. Differentiate between arteries and veins. Which kind of cells are found in the lymph? Why is the sinoatrial node called the pacemaker of heart? Read the question carefully. You will find out the answer very easily. If any doubts, do write it down in your science notebook and it will be clarified once the school reopens. In the next session, we will meet with a new lesson.